The beauty of being a failure. Man, so I really truly believe I have a charmed life. It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. People talk, I've obviously I'm a philosophy guy, and people talk about like afterlives and shit. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, I must have been like a fucking starving water buffalo in the last life, because this life has been great. I mean, shit. I was born premature, and then like 2 months back in the days when like being 2 months premature was like a death sentence, and I made it. They thought I was dead. My father actually had to leave Ranger School to give me last rites with the priest, and then I ended up living, which really pissed him off because he had to retake that phase of Ranger School. I think it was a mountain phase or something, swamp, one of the two. Tough school, by the way. Anyway, and then I was diagnosed with asthma when I was like 9, and they said I'd never play sports. And obviously, you can see I have my Olympic rings here. So I was a 2-time Olympian. So, I'm not that handsome. A little overweight right now. Well, I'll go into that in another video, but I laid a lot. I've slept with tons of girls, maybe 1,000. I don't know, fucking heaps. So I don't know what I did in this last life to really, but I mean, I'm a very lucky motherfucker. But people have the wrong idea. Sometimes people can look and say, oh, well, he's so lucky. He has so many like good things happen. And that's true, it's true. But it's a mistake to think that I've never failed. I mean, I fail a lot. And I want to talk about that in this video because it's the beauty of being a failure. I mean, I've had some real fuck ups, everything from the military where I was like unceremoniously relieved of my position for some dumb shit that I did, and I felt like the biggest loser in the world. And then I was reinstated maybe 2 weeks later for some other heroic shit. I don't know, but the point, it doesn't matter. And then even like, fights where I was beating this guy's ass, I got so angry, I got disqualified, and I lost my chance at the Olympics, and I was really heartbroken over that. And then everything, from having friends die, and then like even, I didn't pay taxes on one of my hotels, and I fucking went to jail for it. And I went away. I did some time for taxes for for a couple of my hotels. And if you've ever been in jail, it's worth it to go just to get out. Because when you get out, it's amazing. You feel amazing. Like you don't even believe people when they tell you you're getting out. You don't even halfway don't believe them. But when you finally get out, it feels pretty good. But yeah, when you're away, like when you're in jail, people don't think you're in jail. They think you're dead. They take all your shit, take your money, fuck your girlfriend, all that stuff. It's just bad shit. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say in this video is the beauty of being a failure. It's like, it's liberating because when you fail and people can like you considered a failure at something, the only way is up. So I mean, I know what it's like to be a failure, man. It's like it fucking sucks, but it's actually the best times of your life. Even as a boxer, with like I have 11 losses, and I know every one of those losses by heart. Now, 6 of those fights could have gone either way, so I wasn't very upset. 3 fights I was completely robbed. Ridiculous. And then there was 4 fights where I lost. I just felt like shit. But every time I lost, I got better. I felt sick. I felt like throwing up because I wasn't used to ever losing at anything. And so whenever I lost, I always got better, like 1,000 times better, because I went back to the gym and started over. And that's what failure does to you. And actually, you learn so much from being a failure. You learn a whole lot more from failing than you do winning. And I've spent fortunes. I've made money, lost money, made money again, lost money again, made money again. Here I'm the 3rd, 5th time making money again. It's like it's just shit happens, man. You take big swings, you take big hits, but you learn. It's your failures that teach you. So I think it's good to seek, and I wouldn't say seek failure, but go with the gusto. And when you fail, just know that it's whatever doesn't kill you is going to make you stronger. That is the truth. I know it's Nietzsche, but what doesn't kill you, you learn from it. I mean, even when they threw me in the hole and threw away the key, I was like, well, I'm going to learn something from this. And I did. I learned a lot about myself. As a matter of fact, I learned in jail that I was a pretty damn good guy. I mean, I worked very good in tight situations. And like, if you're in like a jail pod, or like an area, it's like society times 1,000. So if you're an asshole, or if you're a shithead, or if you're a liar, or if you're anything, that's going to multiply by 1,000 because you're in a closed area. I actually flourished. I wouldn't say I was getting institutionalized, but it was getting to be a pretty good life in there. So I was like, eesh. you find your strength when you fail, because you find strength you didn't know you have, and you always come out better from being a failure. So if you feel like a failure right now, if you're feeling like, man, I'm a failure, don't worry, man. Everyone gets like that. I mean, people feel like that all the time. And it's a good feeling that it's good that you have that, because at least you know that, at least it proves you're ambitious, you know? But don't be afraid to fail. Don't think that being a failure makes you like a monster, or like people like you're a piece of shit. You're not, dude. You're not a piece of shit. You're just going through a hard time. I know I've gone through hard times. I mean, I learned from my father. He was Special Forces for 25 years. And I remember he had a joke. He would say, hey son, I had a really big problem I couldn't fix. And I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't figure it out. I said, what was it? He goes, I forgot. And what he meant was like, that's the cyclical nature of life. The most important thing is that you learn from your mistakes and you keep taking the big swings. You don't get gun shy like a pussy. Okay, don't be a pussy. Be a man. So, yeah, I think the beauty of failing is like, it's just the most important thing. I think it's like, you just look at it as a lesson and you move on. And I think it's probably the most important thing you can do is, because by the way, let's just clarify one thing. The person that takes the most bats is the one that strikes out the most. I'll talk about that in some of my other videos, but failing is just a simple byproduct of being a successful person. So no matter how bad you fail, there's a lesson there. So just think about it and learn from it. Okay? And trust me, I'll be right there with you. Sooner or later, I mean, it always happens. Okay, all right. The beauty of being a failure. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just something really chill. Thanks.